Welcome back, everyone. Excuse the hat, it's just one of them days. Excuse if you hear any noise outside. I am in my garage and I think my neighbors are cutting grass. Today I'm going to be walking you through step by step on how I make my beautiful peekaboo stemless wine glass tumblers. These are a hit and I have another order, and I think I've only done this like in a short or reel. So today I'm going to walk you through step by step. Of course, you're going to need permanent vinyl, which I already have it cut out. Show you how I cut it out on the Cricut Maker 3. I cut out my leopard print. Now you can put anything that you want inside of your peekaboo glass. Make it custom, make it yours, make it unique, okay? I'm going with the leopard print because it's sexy. I wish I could do that noise. Then of course, whatever design, whatever decal you want, I'm just going with initials. So this particular person, they're going to be going with an A. So I have this in gold because you can see through the glass. So gold is the color I'm using, but again, you can do whatever color you want. For the vinyl, I use Starcraft permanent vinyl. That's what you're going to use. This is not HTV, okay? It has to be permanent vinyl, and you can use any brand, but I love me some Starcraft, okay? You're gonna need, of course, Mod Podge. I use the glossy one. You're gonna need Mod Podge. You're gonna need tape. Tape, of course, scissors, weeding tools. And if you plan on blinging your glass, you're gonna need some rhinestones or some bling. So, of course, I have that. I got these from Deco-Craft. I used to bling a lot, so I just happen to still have a lot left. So these are the ones that I'm using. They shine bright like a diamond. You're gonna need a little an applicator, sponge, a brush to apply the Mod Podge. And I also just use this to sit it on, just so that way I can elevate it and work when I'm blinging, okay? So this is not necessary. You can use it on a table or anything like that, a towel. That's how I used to bling, but this was given to me, I think, by PDY Life, so that's what I use. Now, it's been a minute since I've blinged. Like, I'm not even lying because I've just been busy doing other stuff. Of course, you're gonna need some glue. I'm using the E6000. That's the glue that I use. And you're gonna need, what are these called? I use these little things to pick the rhinestone pickers. Oh my good gosh, I forgot. Rhinestone pickers. So this is what I use. I got them right off Amazon. Pretty much everything that I use, I'll have linked down below in the description box. So I'm going to show you how I do mine and get that perfect line around. It's the easiest way that I know because this is glass. When I used to do my tumblers and do, you know, like the epoxy and different things, of course you can stack things and rotate the tumbler, mark a pencil, but I'm not going to mark on this because it's glass. So just keep watching, and today I'll show you how you can make the perfect stemless wine peekaboo glass tumbler that's going to sell. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to judge on how far I want it to go. You want to fill this up with water. Wherever you want your line to stop, that's good enough for me. I'm going to use electrical tape. You can use painter's tape if you like. I love electrical tape because it stretches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this electrical tape and I'm just going to go around the glass right where that line is. So this is how I'm able to get a perfect straight line going all the way around. Just try not to shake the water and take the tape above the water line until you meet it to the other end. And it should be perfect. And then simply cut the end just like that. And that's pretty straight. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to dump this water and I'll be right back. So now you're going to take your leopard print and you're just going to get any transfer tape. This one is by Starcraft. This one's the one that I use for my sign, so it's a really good transfer tape. And I'm just going to sporadically place them on the mug. Doesn't have to be perfect. You are just placing them. Goes on the outside, not the inside. Just picking up and placing. Oh, I forgot to take that tape off the bottom. So I'm going to do that because we definitely don't want to forget the bottom as well. So I'm going to take a heat gun and I'm just going to blow that, heat that up. You want to heat up that glue so that way it can loosen. while. And peels right off. So I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna show you how I really be able to hold it. So I just take these little sponges from, this is when I used to do tumblers, and I'm just gonna take that, put that in there, and then stick this on the inside. So now I'll be able to maneuver this and do everything I need to do. So now I'm gonna finish this. And you can use any cutouts, any decals, any designs that you want for your peekaboo wine glasses. But of course, again, I love the leopard print because it's classy, it's sophisticated, and it's a little sexy too. So that way when you're looking down in the glass or when you finish it, you can see the design. Peekaboo. So make sure that you are pressing it firmly, spread them out, space them out. You can do them big, you can do them small, and you want to make sure you're doing the bottom as well. I like to make sure I'm getting some over the edge so that way it carries over. It's like a consistent flow, but there's no rhyme or reason. Just have fun with it and make it yours. Alright, so now I have the leopard print all at the bottom. Might be difficult to see. Let me raise this up some. Okay, I'm going to raise that up. Okay, so now you can see the leopard print all at the bottom. Okay, so now that I got the glue open, I'm going to take my little sponge. Now this is the part where that black tape comes in handy. So now all I'm doing is just covering everything, and I'm going in the same direction. The black tape is your guide. Do not put Mod Podge above the black tape. I'm going to smooth that out, top to bottom. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can without making a mess, covering everything. You want to be sure to get the bottom as well. Okay, and now it's time for glitter. Don't worry if you miss anything, you will have to do this a second time. So now I can just tap and rotate. Tap and rotate. And now I'm going to let this sit for about an hour. Definitely going to come back and do the bottom again. I'll let that sit. And I'll put that back in. I'm gonna let that sit for 1 hour and then I'll do a second coat. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my second coat. Keep your sponge nice and soft. You can put it in a Ziploc bag or a plastic bag to keep it from getting hard. This is a little bit over an hour. Second layer of Mod Podge. This time I make sure I get that bottom really good. You want to make sure you're getting those edges because you want a nice crisp line when this is done. And as you can see, hardly no glitter is coming off. Be sure not to go over that black tape because you don't want to get any glue on the glass. Okay, and that looks good. I'm gonna let that dry again. I'm done with the glitter. Now you gotta add another layer of Mod Podge to seal it in. So now I'm gonna let that dry and then I'm gonna peel the tape. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can take the tape off now. It might be a little hard to find the end of it once you've applied all this Mod Podge and glitter, so if you can't find it, just make a little snip and then you can start a new place. I can also put like a little small slit in and cut, because trying to find. All right, let's see. Okay, you got to be really careful I'm making sure to pull up so you can get that nice, clean edge all the way around, like so. Straight as you can get it, and I'm gonna keep letting that dry. Okay, so the next step is I'm gonna take this and I'm just going to place it right here, and I actually can take this out now. Just gonna put that aside. After I'm completely done, then the glass will be wiped out. I did two different sizes. One is slightly smaller, just to make sure I have enough clearance. So that size should be perfect. Normally I use clear transfer tape, but I'm gonna just go ahead and use the same one. I can still see through it, so you just want to wipe it lightly, make sure you can pick it up. And now I'm just gonna place it. Now I'm just gonna turn this a little bit to me so I can see it perfectly, because we do not want to mess up. All right, top of the glass is up here. Okay, I'm just gonna press, because this glass is round, right? I'm just gonna press and rub, make sure everything lays flat and smooth. And I went with the gold permanent decal only because of course all of the glitter is gold. So I could have raised it up a little bit more, but that's perfect. I'm gonna put this back because of course I can still reuse this for next time. And now all that's left is to bling. After I finish blinging, I'm gonna add one more coat of the Mod Podge so that way it can dry. But this is good with just one nice thick coat. But I will add one more coat, let it all dry and cure before shipping. So let's go ahead and start blinging.
Thank you. Turn on back this way. Alright, well, unfortunately that's all the balloons popped, but thank you so much for coming out. Alright, I'll go ahead and take the mic, and let's give it up for them, ladies.
Don't mind that noise in the background. If you already know I'm a fan of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, but I don't need to actually watch that show anymore. Nevertheless, let's get started. It's time to bling. I always have to have on a good show or something because blinging is like a little therapeutic and it does take some time. But this is going to be, kind of fast because it's just one letter as opposed to, doing a face or anything. And stay tuned. I'll show you that in the end of the video. But all I'm doing is just using the rhinestone picker and I'm picking them up. I like to use multiple size flat back rhinestones because of course everything is not going to be just one size. You need to get into corners and groove. So if you're buying rhinestones, if you're just starting out, or if you're buying pearls, make sure you get a mixture of sizes because those small stones are going to be key to fitting in and making sure it looks perfect to form to the shape. All right, so I'm just placing this, taking my time and moving things over. I started out with the other tube, the E6000. That one is a white one. I don't really like that one. And then I had it for a while. So I went back to the original one, and I like to smooth it out with like a toothpick or something sometimes, just so I can make sure it goes to where I want. I do have like these little tiny bottles with the little needles, but they're a pain to squeeze out. So do whatever works for you. This E6000, that glue, it comes out really thick. That's why I have to use a toothpick to smear it out and to apply it where I want. Now for the last and final step, and this is optional because you don't have to do a second layer, but I love to do a second layer, a second coat of Mod Podge just to secure that glitter, give it an extra barrier of protection. But now the tape is removed, so you have to be extra careful not to get any of the Mod Podge on the glass. This is why I love to use these nice soft angle brushes because it'll give you a nice crisp edge and you can smooth it out really easy. So once I apply this and let it dry for the final time, then the wine peekable stemless glass is completely done. So stay tuned for the final look. I went back and I made a second one because this customer ordered two. So this is my Fly Girl Bling mug. Really, I used to do these all the time. I have plenty videos, plenty tutorials. Well, not plenty, but a few. This particular mug is red on the inside. Sometimes I customize them and put the person's name. These are the regular flat back pearls. Love this. Have a few designs. So she has the nice bamboo gold earrings. And of course, this is the peekable. with the rhinestone initial, gold at the bottom, glitter, nice and sealed, perfect. And when you look on the inside, you got that nice leopard print. Let me know what you guys think. It just really sparkles. Now I don't know how much someone's going to be drinking out of it, but a lot of people like them for decorative mugs, but you can definitely drink out of it. Now these are not dishwasher safe. You do have to wash these by hand, but this is how they turned out. Let me know what you think. If you want any custom special orders, you can always hit me up. My information is linked down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Until next time, always move in grace. Have a happy day on purpose. Stay blinged out, stay fly, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.